And I was like, ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way.
Doesn't it feel like Christmas? It feels like Christmas. Feels so lovely. Doesn't it feel like Christmas? The spirit of Christmas.
Hey everyone, it's Chellina Angok, the Sudani mommy. Ayy! Back at it with another video. Happy Vlogmas, everybody. Following up my luxury apartment tour. So I'm just gonna explain to you guys how I was able to get a luxury apartment on a damn near minimum wage job. So yeah, these are gonna be my top 5 tips to be able to get a luxury apartment at affordable price. So if you're interested in saving money and getting a nice place for the low, keep on watching. Also, subscribe to my channel, join the fam. Workout videos, money saving videos, DIY videos, beauty videos, all that. My first tip is gonna be a little bit of an ick. A lot of people don't like the idea of this, but it works. Get a roommate. Get a roommate. My current roommate right now, we met through a mutual friend. Our leases ended at the same time, so we decided to live together. Give yourself personal interviews and get to know the person, some references. Everybody, when you apply for an apartment, you have to do a background check and the credit score and all that stuff, so you're gonna know if they can afford and meet and be able to afford to be able to live here. But other than that, make sure everything checks out. If there's anything you are nervous about, bring that up, because that gut feeling will stick with you for the long haul. I've had roommates in the past that were horrendous. I've had roommates that were my friends, did not go out well. It's better to have somebody that you don't know. Just get yourself a roommate and then you can split the rent, split the utilities, split everything. Cutting any expense down in 2, lifesaver. Another way to find roommates, there are Facebook groups that have like roommates that are people that are looking for roommates in your town. Check your networking groups, your cohorts. If you're in school, check around campus, just spread the word around. You never know who needs a room. Craigslist is another great option too for looking for a roommate, but also make sure to do that background check, that reference check, friends, income verification, all of that, and meet that person. I think the biggest scary part is like a personality. Living with a stranger that you don't know, that you don't vibe with, is very, very scary. But if you feel like they're in a similar circle as you, same stage in life as you, it's not that big a deal. You want to save some money? I want to save some money. Let's move in together and make this happen. Number 2, a lot of people, you look at apartments.com and rent.com, check online, Google, all those things to be able to find a place. Those websites for buildings to host, they have to pay a fee, that marketing fee. And guess what that marketing fee does? It comes back to you with higher rent. This is my step number 2. I found my building actually by just driving around. I went to my brother's place looking at his apartment and I didn't really like it. And then I drove past this building and they had a sign in the front, old school AF. They had a sign in the front that said, oh, Heaven Studios, 1 bedrooms and blah, blah, blase, blase. So I called them, checked it out, fell in love, signed it. I was out that door. I was gone. I was in love with that place. I still do miss that place a lot though. So yeah, just drive around the neighborhood that you want to live in and see what vacancies or what they have available. You can definitely check the apartments and the rent.coms too. Because I remember my very first apartment by myself, signing up for the apartments.com account or something. They gave me like a $500 Visa gift card, 50 or 500, one of the two. That's a big if, but it was so long ago I can't remember, but they did give me like a discount, so that kind of helped as well. And also Facebook too, they post apartment listings on there as well. And I don't know if that's a cheaper cost for the building or what that may be. And also Craigslist, they also post apartments, so you can check there and see what apartments are available. This is tip number 3. Find something with a promotional offer. A lot of places now, damn near almost every place I know is offering 2 months of free rent. The first time I did that, I was fooling around. I'm gonna take it easy this month because I spent a bunch of money on furniture and other stuff and just skip that rent payment altogether. Bad idea. When you get the opportunity like that of 2 free months of rent, break it up amongst the 12 months. So you find out how much is, okay, it's $1,000 for this rent, 2 free months. So let's times that by 10, but divide it by 12. Subtract the 2 months, divide by 12. Keep up, kids. Okay, ideally, do you think this will be enough? Will you be able to budget this much? So it kind of opens your eyes to apartments that are like $1,000 or $1,200, because it's like, okay, eventually it'll be down to like $900. I can be comfortable with this. I can make this work and find something in your budget. You never know. I remember coming to this apartment building that I live in now, and I was like, ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You got a waterfall in front? You got it, G. You got it. And even talking to the leasing office about the apartment, he was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I have one in your budget. He's like, that's the budget you said? Yeah. I got that right here. Yeah, I got it. And then we went and walked around and toured. I was like, you're kidding me. I could see why it could be, but I could also see why how it could fit. It's like not the top of the end of luxury, but it's still a very, very nice apartment. The nicest building I've ever lived in. I'm not even sure if this was listed on like apartments and rent.com too. I think my current roommate was like digging through some sort of something to be able to find it, but it was actually across the street from my old apartment, which was kind of nice. So I just like walked over here and came and checked it out. Okay, another add-on to that promotional offer thing, negotiate a little bit. Tell them like, hey, I'd really like to live here, but it's a little outside my budget. I was looking for something a little like blase. You never know, it might work. A lot of times it might not, depending on your building, depending on their vacancy of like, we're at 99% capacity. We really don't care about your little coin, sis. An old friend of mine is a lawyer, and she's like, everything is negotiable. Everything is negotiable. So you never know. Tip number 4, the rent goes up by whichever floor you're on. I live on the first floor, also a handicap apartment, so it's more spacious, accessibility and move around room, and it's close, accessible to the doors. So yeah, sometimes I feel kind of bad by taking the handicap apartment, but it stays vacant way too long. Okay, tip number 5. You know how you have to give that 60-day notice or you're gonna lose your security deposit? That's the same notice that apartment buildings have to give before they can list off like what's available or what's going to be available for that timeline. 60 days before you know where you want to move, your move out date is like what? March 1st? Start looking January 1st. Midnight, refresh that website. You see what occupancy is available in your building. So you don't have to give the hoopla of going back and forth of like, oh, do you guys have any buildings? Oh, we don't know. We won't know till blah, blah, blah. Available, and then you can be able to get like the really popular apartment that you wanted because you know, oh, it has a great deal or something, but just making sure you check right there, that 60-day notice. That's another tip to help you out. Yeah, those are my 5 tips that are gonna be able to help you get your luxury apartment on a budget. Hopefully that was helpful. Get a roommate. You can find them on Craigslist, Facebook, networking groups. Ask around, driving around in the neighborhood instead of just limiting yourself to the ones that are posted online. Take advantage of promotional offers, COVID discounts. I live in Minnesota, so from November to February, there's actually a law where you can't evict a tenant within those months. But because of that, there's a lot of like open apartments, or it's easier to get an apartment between those months. So November through February are the coldest months in Minnesota. So do you want to move during those months? A lot of people don't want to move in the blistering freezing cold in February. How I always manage to move my lease, since my first apartment, my lease always ends in February. Always ends in February. My lease actually ends in February, and I was actually thought I was going to show you guys some Vlogmas videos of me looking at apartments, but I think I might stay. That's a bonus tip for you there, right? That's just number 6. And then the handicap one is the cheapest one, and lastly, the 60-day vacancy. Hopefully you guys, those tips were helpful, and if you want to know more money saving tips, please subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for more videos.